All right, Nick, let's talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers, a team we talk about, quite frankly, a lot because there's a lot of excitement going forward. New quarterback at the helm going into his second year. A lot of new pieces on this team to be excited about. I think the Steelers are going to be one of the hottest teams in the NFL this season. But, Nick, today we have a story about Kenny Pickett, kind of how he's progressing. He's really impressing all of the right people. And who doesn't love a great Kenny Pickett update?
As I think Steelers fans, there's a lot of momentum growing behind Kenny Pickett. This report that you found is just another example of it. But before we get into that news, Pittsburgh fans, I want you to answer this question in the comment section below, as always. Look, training camp right around the corner. There's a lot of positional battles, a lot of third string, second team, potential starter battles up in the air. Give us the one positional battle you're looking forward to the most this training camp. There's a lot of interesting ones. I'm very interested in the offensive line, but I'm very curious what you guys have to say. Give us a position battle you're really looking forward to this training camp in the comment section below. All right, Miles, what you got? What's this latest news out of Pittsburgh involving Kenny Pickett?
Well, Nick, I think the Steelers fans will probably be very happy to know that there's no battle at quarterback anymore. Kenny Pickett now has that position on lock. Last year, we knew the revolving quarterback triage of Mason Rudolph, Mitch Trubisky, and Kenny Pickett. Nobody knew who it was going to be. Well, Kenny Pickett is now the guy, and he's proven himself time and time again as to why he should be that guy. And he's proven himself to a lot of people, and that's why we're going to get in today's story. And this is from over on NBC Sports. It says, quarterback Kenny Pickett's growth heading into his second season has been a topic of conversation throughout the Steelers' offseason. Defensive lineman Larry Ogunjobi recently said he's seen true growth in Pickett's confidence and demeanor since the end of his rookie year, and those traits have also stood out to those who were not members of the team last year. Wide receiver Allen Robinson joined the Steelers in a trade earlier this year and said on Sirius XM NFL radio this week that he's been impressed by the way Pickett is leading the team so early in his NFL career. Coming in and seeing Kenny now in his second season, the command he has for a second-year player is awesome, Robinson said. I personally feel like you don't get a chance to see a guy with a young command that's strong as far as leading us, getting guys together, throwing after watching film. Across the board, he's very experienced. It's also been fun to see, and it's been fun to be a part of. Now, Nick, I think this is really interesting. I think this is really telling, especially when you look at where Allen Robinson came from. This is a guy who's over in Los Angeles last year, saw a lot of leadership in a guy named Matthew Stafford, who I think is a really great leader on the football team. And he comes over here and goes from a great leader to Kenny Pickett, and he's impressed with how Kenny Pickett is leading this team. So I think there's comparable levels of leadership there as well. So I love what is going on. You like guys who've been long-term Steelers like Larry Ogunjobi, who are impressed with Steelers leadership and growth so far. You like when a new guy comes in. It's just backing up, corroborating evidence, showing that there's multiple different sources. It's not just your family telling you you're the greatest. Sometimes the kid down the street sees you and says, hey, that guy's really changed around. I really like what he's got going on. So I think this is a really great update for Pickett.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And the part that really jumps out to me is because Allen Robinson is at a crossroads in his career. Obviously, when he started with the Jaguars, was kind of an up-and-coming talent. He worked his way through the Bears, then went to the Los Angeles Rams, where he was supposed to be another piece on potentially a Super Bowl team last season. It didn't work out at all. He had a very disappointing season. Robinson did. Now he's going to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he basically is betting his entire career on Kenny Pickett. And the fact that he's coming out and publicly acknowledging he likes what he sees is a pretty good sign, because I guarantee you he would not be so public about Kenny Pickett if he thought Pickett had issues or was going to struggle, because Robinson knows his entire career, his entire future earning potential here at the wide receiver position is tied directly to Kenny Pickett's growth, along with obviously Allen Robinson's growth in the offense. And the fact that Robinson is really impressed with Pickett is a great sign that Kenny Pickett actually is at that level. And you brought up the Ogunjobi report, again, corroborating evidence. We always love to see that. But I think one of the things that's really interesting about Kenny Pickett, and this is a credit to Tomlin and Khan, you go back to last year, what they did in terms of drafting him, because when he came out of college, everyone said, yeah, he's the grown-up of that class, right? He doesn't have the physical tools of Malik Willis. He doesn't have the size and natural throwing motion of a Desmond Ridder or something like that. But he's just a grown-up. He knows how to manage an NFL team. He's kind of like a good leader guy. I know that's kind of overplayed a little bit, but that's kind of who Kenny Pickett was kind of coming out of college. I love the fact that's exactly who he turned out to be, because it's credit to what you see from the Steelers front office. They targeted him for this very specific reason, and he's turning out to be just that.
Yeah, you got to see it's great scouting on the Steelers' part. Yeah. You got to pat them on the back there, the scouting department, because you look at all all these quarterbacks in here. Kenny Pickett, only guy taken in the first round. And you wonder, okay, at the time, everyone's like, well, Malik Willis, he did look like he had a lot of ability there. You go through, look at Desmond Ridder, look at this guy, and you think to yourself, did we miss out? And now you go back. It's nice to take a step back after a year or so, look and say, hey, this scouting department, this Steelers team, front office, they really know what they're doing. So we got to trust the process, trust the system. So it's good to have corroborating evidence on that part as well, just knowing that they are making the best decisions for this team, whether at the time it looks like it or not. I think that this was a really solid move for the front office as well.